Episode 3, Worst Behavior. I really enjoyed this one too. I thought it was a really good job. I love when all these shows go into the flashbacks, and I thought this one did a really good job of showing us the time where Elektra gets resurrected at the end of Daredevil season 2. Now, obviously, it's confirmed in this in this particular episode. We now know that Alexandra was in the room at the time of the resurrection. So now, when you rewatch Daredevil season 2, it's gonna kind of fill in a little bit of that gap, knowing Alexandra's in that room.
And what an opening scene too! Just whole kind of extended scene before even the opening title. But it was really cool just seeing Alexandra's whole backstory, kind of, and how she has been there with Elektra the whole time since she's been reborn, and just it's crazy.
Right, and she's nurturing her, kind of also manipulating her in a way, and also taking that motherly figure, and she's kind of reverse rolling what Stick had originally done at the beginning with her. So I like that too. Also too, I love the slow buildup of this character, Alexandra.
Exactly.
Again, seeing the intellect of her, you see that she speaks other languages. You see the music that she listens to. You see how everyone always seeks to her approval, how the fear in Madame Gao, other people, the restaurant she goes to, the music she listens to, everyone seeks her approval because they fear her so much. But then we get a reveal later in this that she can frickin' take down Elektra. She is physically imposing as well as mentally imposing as well. So this character is really growing on me in a big way, and obviously it helps when you got Sigourney Weaver. She's an amazing actress, but I mean, this character is, and we're only 3 episodes in, but she's getting up there with Kilgrave and Fisk.
And it was great too, in the first 2 episodes, you really didn't know much about her, just slow, a couple scenes here and there, it's all short, but then bam, the beginning of this episode is just a full-on, long extended scene of just her.
That's why it's sometimes it's very unfair sometimes to make the comparisons with the movies, because they only get literally 2.5 hours, and these shows get 8 to 12 hours. So
yeah, exactly.
That's why sometimes it's not always fair to make the comparison, but that's what we do. We're going to compare anyway. So I really like that back history we're already starting to learn between her and Stick. And also too, where Stick cuts his hand. I mean, these shows are not afraid to go graphic, because you got the guy in Jessica Jones falling into the scissors. You got Wilson Fisk smashing guys' heads off. I mean, these shows are dark and graphic.
And that whole scene with Stick too was really cool, how she had him captured. And their whole dialogue was really good. And he was talking about, we also learned too that, he also served in Kunlun. She references that. So, and obviously Stick, knows it's Elektra right away. And I feel like he was instilling that word in it. That's because she recognized it when Matt said it too. But also seeing him just cut his hand off and escape like that was crazy.
And
it was
seeing
awesome.
him escape with one hand, he's so resourceful.
And just shows how much of a badass Stick is
he
too.
really is.
Because I definitely love that character from the Daredevil shows, and just seeing him back, it's not only the 4 defenders. I feel like there's so many others that are in it too, like Elektra and Stick.
And again, just going off of Alexandra again, that feeling of she's everywhere. It creates a sort of tension that, wow, our heroes really are in for it this time, So I like that, again, that menacing threat that even when she's not on screen, you still feel that looming threat of Alexandra, and that's what I love.
Well, even when she's talking with Iron Fist and they're having that conversation,
great scene.
It's a great, amazing scene between both of them, and also starts off that big ass fight scene,
which
is great.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. But she even says that she's not only met multiple Iron Fists before, which she's really old now, but she said she's killed them. So,
and it kind of makes me, and again, I don't know too much about her character, whether she was in the comics or not, but I will say a lot of the vibe of her character in terms of she might be old, because she said she's fought against, killed other Iron Fists.
Multiple.
That means she's got to be very old, because it takes a long time for Iron Fists to get to the next Iron Fist. So the point I'm making is she's got that Ra's al Ghul vibe to her in terms of she might be able to live hundreds and hundreds of years, and she's got the funds and the resources to do whatever the hell she wants, and she's that physical and mental imposing threat. So
it sounds like she's the head of the hand.
Well, she is. I really love, again, the organic job they're doing of intertwining all the 4 characters' storylines, that when they intersect at the end in the cool action fight scene we're about to talk about, it actually it doesn't feel forced in any way. Why are they all meeting? The actions really, like I said, dictate a lot of the story, and it makes total sense when they're all meeting there together. Luke is there because of what happened with Cole. Jessica is there because of what happened with the architect and figuring out the building and the landscape and all that. She's doing detective work. And then Matt Murdock is there because he was following Jessica. And then you got Iron Fist is there, because
It's his company.
Yeah, it's his company. He's using his power, as Luke said. But also a big thing that I liked when the characters are interacting with each other, specifically like Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I love the difference of ideologies that they have. Like, they have the same goal, but different meanings of how to get to that goal. Like, kind of like, if you will, like Kobe and Shaq. Like, they had the same goal of winning championships, just different ways of how to get there. So I like seeing that difference of ideology. Like, hey, we might be on the same team, but we don't see eye to eye fully. But when we get into that action, sorry, go ahead.
They know they're fighting for the same cause. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, Luke Cage shows up because he knows Danny's going there. But I mean, even though they were fighting before, which was a cool scene, seeing them kind of like have that talk and then
because they come from such different backgrounds.
And then just ends up fighting and he leaves. But
and they come from such different backgrounds, of course, because he's a billionaire and he's from a port town in Harlem.
Yeah,
so.
But he knows what he's fighting for is the right thing. Like,
yeah, of
so
course.
That's why they're no.
As I said, they're fighting for the right reasons. They just have different views on how they go back. Because he says maybe instead of using your fist, you should use your company, use your wealth. So like I said, I love the difference in ideologies. And then when we get to that, we got to talk about the action sequence.
Yeah, the fight was.
I mean, you and me were like going crazy, and I mean it's only 3 or 4 in the morning, so that's definitely the time to go crazy. But I mean, like, it was awesome. Like, and again, the fight choreography from that we saw from Iron Fist, it's like all washed away. Like, there are some real clear shots that you can see of Finn Jones fighting. And
his best fight scene by far.
Oh, for sure, definitely. And when he stops the sword from going into Matt Murdock with Elektra,
awesome.
And again, I love that how the action is dictating the story. What I mean by that is like Matt realizing it's Elektra, for instance, and that's such a pivotal moment for Matt, realizing Elektra is still alive. So like just moments like that during the action, and then actually seeing all 4 of them fighting each other. And also we got to talk about some of the humor too during the action, like with Jessica Jones saying, "You look like an asshole. It's your scarf." I love the dialogue in this. It's really
just
good.
all of the dialogue between them, even before the battle started. Just like it was cool seeing Matt and Jessica Jones kind of be with each other, and then obviously Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and then they converge at the end. But yeah, I mean, just all the interactions between them were great, and they just start teaming up and fighting everyone. And Iron Fist is just kind of taking on the most people, but then Matt is fighting Elektra, which is probably the toughest fight. So.
Yeah, definitely. And also too, like you said, the build up to that fight scene in the boardroom, and then finally when we get it, it's like everything we've been waiting for. And again, I love what they did in the first 2 episodes, the slow build up with not too much action, and then boom, they let
action
and I gotta imagine again,
We're
a lot more is coming,
like
because Matt's not even in his costume yet, and I don't think Danny Rand's gonna get into this costume, and I hope I really hope I'm wrong, and I hope he gets into his costume. But I'm thinking Iron Fist season 2, and damn it, we better see that dragon scene. But again, obviously we know a lot more action's coming. But so far, I'm really happy with where the show is right now, up to episode 3.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
Yeah,
every episode's just been better than the last one
so
far.
It's smoothing. It's going so fast and so smooth.
It just makes me want to watch the next one.
Yeah,
so
we are going to right now, probably actually.
Yep, so that's going to do it for this video. Let us know what you guys thought about it in the comments section, and if you like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
See you guys next time.